and then we have a crawler on the road that's just begging to have a taste of my 44 Magnum. Go ahead, punk. Make my day. You guys know I had to say that, right? I just couldn't resist. Hello everybody and welcome to 7 Days to Die on Insane Difficulty with Zombies Always Run. I'm an old guy gaming, and today we are going to do some stuff, some random stuff that we need to do. Last episode we left off with the house, and so let's just kind of recap what was done with that. So we basically finished the ground floor, at least in terms of, you know, the overall build out of how the ground floor is going to be. We still have, you know, windows to do. We got lots of decoration to do. But as far as the quote-unquote framing goes, and, you know, if this was a modern-day house, sheetrocking, that sort of thing, I think we're pretty much done. So this is the best. This is the living room here, and it's going to have, you know, a really high cathedral vaulted type ceiling, as will the entryway here. And then if we go over into here, then we have the dining room, and it's going to have, you know, plenty of windows. It's going to be very lighted up in here. This will be the dining room table here. And this is the kitchen area over on this side of the house. We'll get some cabinets in, and a stove, and a refrigerator, that sort of thing. This is going to be the downstairs restroom. And we won't put a shower in here. This is just going to basically be a toilet and a sink. And then this is the back hallway here, which opens up into a closet area where we keep our spawn point, our bedroll. And let's see, over here is a storage room. So I'm going to be setting up a bunch of storage boxes in this room here. Looks like we have a little bit of damage on the wall. Let's fix that. And then if we come out here, this will be the back porch patio. And I think I'm going to be extending this out a little further and possibly putting in like a hot tub type of idea. And then this area here is the master bedroom, and it's actually going to come out to the edge of the porch as well. I just had to trim some of that back, so that's going to be extended out from where it is. So the next task for the house is going to be the wraparound porch. And so what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to go around the entire house, and I'm going to start building the wraparound porch, and the edge of the roof is going to come out to the edge of the porch like it would, you know, in a real situation. I actually had built that in an earlier episode, and then I was looking at it and decided that I wanted to do it differently, and so I tore the whole thing back down and cut all of that footage out. So that's not even it doesn't even exist anymore. So pretty happy with the progress so far in terms of the ground floor. As this place comes together, and I've mentioned this already a few times, I'm not really thinking of it in terms of a mansion anymore. It's just a good-sized house. It's just not quite as big as, in my mind, as I think a mansion should be. So it's just going to be a really nice house, is what it's going to amount to. So once we get the wraparound porch going, I might even just continue on with it and get the actual roof in place. And once the roof's in place, you know, then we'll come back and then we'll start working on the second floor. And my intention is to have, you know, 2 floors in this house, and then also have an attic. And the attic's probably where I'm going to put the generator and, you know, all the utility power types of things. So that's kind of just the general plan with that. But anyway, I don't think we're going to get to that in this episode, because I have several things I need to do, and some things I've done off camera, and then some things I figured, what the hell, let's just go ahead and do kind of a, I guess you could call it a miscellaneous or a variety episode, and we'll have a little bit of fun with it too. So one of the things that I did is that hurt off camera is I went around and I just wrenched a whole bunch of cars. Just spent a couple of hours, and wrenched cars like crazy. And as a result, I finally got a pretty decent supply of brass, which I, of course, have turned into bullet casings. So I'm happy about that. Let's turn that off. But I'm running really low on a couple of important resources. I'm pretty much out of stone, completely out of stone, as a matter of fact. And of course, we need stone for cement and that sort of thing. And I'm very low on sand. Have no iron to smelt. And we're also quite low on nitrate. The only nitrate that I currently have is just this small amount right here, I believe. Let's put that stuff in there. So basically, what we need to do is we need to do some mining. I'm going to get a full stack of 9 mil bullets going. So let's do that right now. With some of that. And then I got quite a few shotgun shells made up. And, you know, let's make some more. How are we doing on... Let's make some more, well, I guess I don't have enough bullet tips. Okay, so I guess lead, too. Yeah, lead's the other thing. I mean, because I've been making buckshot like crazy. And I'm pretty low on bullet tips as well. So we also need lead. In other words, we just need to go do some mining. That's really all there is to it. Nothing for it, but we got to go do some mining. So we're going to do that. I'll do some mining on camera just so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing and where I'm going and you know what I get out of it. But I'm not going to do like a whole episode just mining because I know that would be not, you know, the most exciting thing to watch. But there's a couple other things too I wanted to show you. I am now maxed out character, so I'm level 200. And I have also spent all my points. And so what I did with the rest of my points is I pretty much put all the rest of them, I think, pretty much put all the rest of them into guns. I just, you know, I know stuff like medicine and all that would help to some extent, and health nut, but I just never have really felt the need to put points into that stuff. You know, with the large first aid kits, and now that I'm into in game and all that sort of thing, just never really felt the need to put points into that kind of thing. I got one thing I didn't do as far as traps goes is I didn't put the third point into range traps for the auto turret because, you know, auto turret just is not practical to use in my opinion because of the amount of brass that you need, and I've had a lot of trouble just getting enough brass for my handheld guns, let alone that thing. So I didn't put any points into that. Didn't put any points into do it yourself. That's something I would have possibly considered doing if I wanted to, but I decided, you know, let's just put the rest of our points into weapon types of things. I do have a couple of points into armor crafting, so that way when I do repair something, it just doesn't, you know, go to crap. Still not great, but better, you know, better than nothing at all. So, but as far as weapons goes, I'm maxed out on Knife Guy, and you know, mostly just use the machete for melee nowadays. And then I put more points into Outlaw and Deadshot because I want to start using the Magnum. I have the Magnum now, and I think I put a couple more points into, or one more point into that. But I also put some points into shotguns too. So I got Boomstick 3 and Splattergun 1. Just because, you know, I want to start using the shotgun a little bit more. Because it's so much easier to make shotgun shells than it is to make, you know, the cartridges with the brass. So I wanted to be, you know, effective with these, not as good as I potentially could have been, but you know, my character's pretty well rounded as far as weapons goes. I can use every weapon pretty much in the game, from all the guns to all the melee weapons, and do pretty good with them. Not necessarily, you know, being really good at any one particular weapon, but effective with all of them. And that was, you know, kind of my goal for this character. So pretty well rounded. And so yeah, I have taken the Magnum out. I've got a blue Magnum, and I'm going to start using that just for fun, and I have some Magnum rounds and so forth, and so we'll shoot some zombies while we're out and about with the Magnum, have a little fun with it, and go from there. Now, the other thing I also could do is I have several drops that I need to go, and they're all kind of in this same general area, but every single one of them are in the water, and so that's another thing that needs to be done, whether I do that on camera or not. I haven't decided. There's a drop there that we need to get to. You know what? thought I got that drop already, and I might have forgotten to clear it. But there's not really any way to know that now unless I actually go take a look at it. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to our triple mine here. And we're going to do some mining and get some of those resources that we need. Basically, you know, lead. The one thing we don't really need is coal. I got a good supply of coal, but I need basically everything else. Metal, lead, iron, nitrate, and so forth. And we'll do that, and then we'll shoot a couple zombies along the way with the magnum. Maybe take apart a couple more cars too. I don't know. I've pretty much cleaned out this entire town here of cars. I don't think there's any cars left in this town at all. And so, you know, we need to start working this town now as far as cars go. So that's where we're at, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start heading over towards the mine. And I'll bring you back when I get there, or before we get there. If we find some Z's to kill with the magnum, bring you back for that, just for funsies. And we'll just, like I said, we'll kind of have a little bit of a miscellaneous episode. And then in the next episode, we'll get started once again on the house there with the wraparound porch. Okay? So, I thought yeah, there's a zombie over here. Let's go ahead and greet Edgar here with our magnum. Get a little sneak shot off here. Alright, look at that. Gotta love the magnum. Actually, I haven't really been overall a big fan of the magnum in this game, at least in past versions of 7 Days to Die. But it's kind of a fun gun, you know, in the end game when you have everything else, and you know you get the magnum to the point where it's actually somewhat decent in terms of its quality and that sort of thing, and of course the skills up for it too. So it's just a funsies gun, I guess, is one way to look at it, at least the way I look at it. Okay, so let's head on over to the mine, and I'll bring you guys back when something exciting happens or when we get to the mine. Alright, this guy wants to play. Take him out, and then we have a crawler on the road that's just begging to have a taste of my 44 Magnum. Go ahead, punk. Make my day. You guys know I had to say that, right? I just couldn't resist. Oh, looks like we have some friends up here that would like a little taste of Magnum as well. Boom. Headshot. Hey, Mr. Buzzard. Feather delivery. 78 feathers. Nice. Another one bites the dust. There's some dinner. You know, when I was driving by, I could have sworn that Edgar flipped me off. And, you know, we just can't abide that. Looks like we have a couple friends here. Whoa! More friends. Alright, let's pop a beer. Just in case. Got an arm shot off. Man! These guys are squirrely today. Today? They're always squirrely. What am I talking about? Alright, she went down. There we go. Goodness. There we go. Finally. Treasure map. Ow. Got him. Pair of cheap sunglasses and some lead. Alright, we're at the mine and we're going to head on down and get ourselves some more resources here. I haven't spent a lot of time in this mine, so, I mean, there's an iron pocket right there. So it's a pretty fresh mine. I did, there's another iron pocket there too. I did mine out some nitrate in it, and we do need more nitrate, so we'll be going after that. But I also actually just need normal stone too, as well as more lead, which is, there's some lead right there. Oh, did I leave the gas upstairs? I left the gas upstairs. Alright, I'll be right back. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. I'm such a noob sometimes. Anyway, basically I just came back down here and just started going this way on some lead veins, and I'm also finding a bit of nitrate in there too. So we're just going to kind of keep working this area. I do need sand and I need stone too, so I'm kind of just going to mine everything, so to speak, not just specifically go towards the actual minerals themselves. Alright, so we got quite a bit of stone, quite a bit of iron, a full stack of lead, full stack of sand. We'll make more sand with some of the stone in the cement mixers. And then some more stuff, even a little bit of coal. Basically, I dug way back in there, got most of the lead, a little bit of nitrate back in here, and just a whole bunch of stone. And then I started going, moving on this vein, which goes... it's kind of, well, I guess it kind of stays along the border of the forest and the burned forest. And as you can see, there's still a whole bunch of lead back in here. A big deposit of lead. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work our way north and see if we can hit a couple of nitrate deposits. And I did, let's see, what, I guess that goes that way. Yeah, last time I was down here, I found a nitrate deposit in this area and dug quite a bit out. And I don't know, looks like we have some more lead there too, probably. And there's still quite a bit of gravel in here, which means that there's still a lot more resources to hit. There's a little bit of, I think that's nitrate right there, and some iron. So yeah, I'm going to just start working some more on this deposit and see if we can get a full stack, or at least close to a full stack of nitrate. And so I will be back in just a little bit. We're back. I only got a little over a half stack of nitrate. Reason being is because I ran out of repair kits and my auger is completely all the way down. But there's still more nitrate in here, as you can see. Some pockets up there and a little bit down here. And so I will probably be coming back here, most likely off camera, to get some more of this stuff. But overall, we did pretty well. I got almost another full stack of lead too, because there was a lot of lead in these deposits. Then, of course, more iron and stone. So all in all, I think it was a pretty good mining trip. But anyway, I think it's time for us to wrap up this episode. So in the next episode, when I come back, excuse me, we will resume work on, what was that? Oh, just sound effect. We'll resume work on the mansion and start working on the wraparound porch. And also want to just make a real quick announcement, guys. I am going to have to be out of town for the rest of this week on business, on another business trip. And in fact, I just recently got back last night from an unexpected trip to Washington State, where my father-in-law recently passed away. So I was out there for several days, dealing with that and supporting my wife and working on getting his estate in order and that sort of thing. And so just been kind of a crazy week, and have another crazy week coming up in terms of being out of town. So all that to say that this will be the last 7 Days to Die video that I'll make until sometime next week. The week of the 23rd, I'm back, and then I should be back to a normal schedule for a few weeks anyways after that, until I have to leave again for business. So I just want to let everybody know that, in case you're wondering why I might not be coming out with the videos as quickly as I normally do. It's just because, real life has dictated that I take care of some other stuff, as it often does. So anyway, I really appreciate you guys all hanging out and watching the video. And if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And again, just keep in mind that I will definitely be back the week of the 23rd, back to the normal schedule. And until then, you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you when I get back. Take care.